Right, okay.
I'm just curious, you will concede, I expect, or I
You're always trying to
suspect.
get me to concede something, but
Well,
go
I
ahead.
mean, what is the evidence to back up the statement of the Secretary that there has been real progress? Is there any evidence, anything that you can point to that is not a secret?
Again, the Secretary was very clear from the beginning of this process. We're not going to be getting into the day-to-day and the back and forth and what the gaps are.
I just want to know, for the public, when the Secretary of State comes out and says there has been real progress, he doesn't do so in a vacuum. He does so in an atmosphere where there is not a single tangible, discernible sign of progress to the rest of the rest of the
Matt,
world.
the Secretary feels very strongly.
I just want to know: is there a single tangible item that you can point to that isn't secret to back up the claim that there's been real progress?
Matt, the Secretary believes very strongly in the integrity of the process. He feels strongly that keeping these negotiations private lends integrity to the process, and that some of the spoilers of the things that can happen in the press of trading barbs or having exchanges through the press is deeply unhelpful to the potentiality to make progress here. And so we're not going to read out the steps. We said we weren't going to from the beginning. You all knew that's how this process was going to go forward. And so the Secretary was very clear that he believes, based on what he's seeing in his private discussions, that there's been progress made. But obviously the judgments will be made about this in the future based on what progress is made.
But would you agree that there isn't anything that you can point to
again,
as a sign of progress?
That's your characterization. My characterization of it
No, you're pointing me to his comments. His
Right.
comments need to be backed up with some kind of fact. Now, it may very well be that any sign of progress, that the reason that he's saying that is because there is actually a sign of progress that's in secret. But I want to know if there's any publicly available, tangible sign that would prove or that would back up the claim that real progress has been made. And you're telling me no.
As frustrating as it is to you, Matt.
There isn't anything you can point to that would show me or anyone else. I just want to know, yes or no, is there a single tangible piece of publicly available information that would back up the claim that real progress has been made? Yes or no?
Matt, you do make a valid point, which is that, and what I will concede to you is that it can be frustrating that through this process, not every piece of it is read out, of course, as we like to read out progress that is being made generally in our diplomacy. And that's a real frustration. But given how intractable, how difficult this problem has been for so many decades, the Secretary thinks there's real value in keeping that private, and it is on his good word that progress is being made.
Okay, so there isn't anything you can point to back up that statement.
I think we've done what we can on
No,
this.
all right. But I just wanted, because, listen, we went through this whole thing during the Bush administration with Annapolis being told every day that progress is being made, we can't tell you about it, and now we're being told, and that did not result in an agreement, and now we're being told the same thing.
The Secretary is aware of the history.
Good.
And he's aware of the precedent.
Good, because your colleague once said that she didn't want to look through the rearview mirror, but I'm glad that...
I'm just saying the Secretary is aware of the history. He's not naive, and he's very focused on working in good faith to make progress to getting these two sides back to the table.
Just a quick follow-up.
Why don't we let Roz have a question? And